Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you guys are new here. I don't know what that was, but for today's video I am so excited because we're going to be reviewing the new Fantasy Cosmetica Bard palette. This is the third palette to come out this year with Fantasy Cosmetica. I absolutely do love this indie brand. Their formula is so good and really takes me by surprise. So you guys want to see what this palette's all about when it launches and what I think about this palette? Well, then definitely keep on watching. Okay guys, so before we dive into today's video, I just want to do a quick little shout out. So this is from Moon Kitty Magic. She actually handcrafted me this magic wand. This actually has a real crystal in it. It's supposed to help to guide your intentions. It's supposed to bring good energy around you, help to guide you and fulfill your manifestations. She also sent over several crystals as well. She handmade this for me. It's a beautiful pin that's actually refillable, and she is a subscriber of mine. She has her own little shop, which I'll link down below. You guys can find her on Instagram or Facebook, and she gave me a discount code. So if you guys use Allie 10, you guys will save 10% off at checkout. But she handcrafts these herself. So thank you so much. And then I also want to give a quick little shout out to Jenny. I had no idea she was doing this, but she sent me over the George R.R. Martin Fire and Blood book. This was actually on my Amazon wish list, and I created that list not for you guys to buy me anything, but for whenever I go to the store or bookstore, if I ever want to know, oh, what's on my list, it's sitting there waiting for me. Or it's something I'll send to my friends and family during like birthdays and Christmases, like here's my Amazon wish list. But she was so kind enough, she went on there, she bought this for me. So Jenny, thank you so much. And then one more thing, guys, I already picked out my 4 winners for my 40K giveaway. I already sent out 2 boxes, so congratulations to Catherine and Kimberly for winning my Instagram and Patreon. I'm still waiting to hear back from the YouTube winner, and I'm still waiting to hear back from the TikTok winner, so make sure you guys go check your comments. If you guys see that I left you one, please DM me, because if you guys don't get back to me soon, I will be picking somebody else to get these boxes out too. So just want to say quick congratulations to the winner, and guys, stay tuned. Hopefully I will have a beautiful Christmas tree, guys. So with that said, we have the new Fantasy Cosmetica Bard palette. Now this is the 3rd palette for this brand this year, which is actually a little surprising, only because this is an indie brand, and typically indie brands take few and far between to create new palettes. This is the 3rd palette within like the last 5-6 months, and I'm actually really impressed with that. The formula is really good on this. I did not expect that when I first received it, only because the packaging is good, but it's not my favorite packaging. But the formula on the inside, I was like, oh my god, this is incredible. Like, I'm still obsessed with the Druid palette. It is so beautiful. So here we have the Bard palette. Now, this is going to be launching on September 29th at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, which will be 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is going to retail for $38.99, and there's going to be bundles available with a discounted price for the other palettes, so you guys can actually combine the ones together at a discounted price for the previous palettes. And I officially have a discount code. If you guys use code Allie, it will save you guys 10% off your purchase at Fantasy Cosmetica. But I am so excited to dive into this. This is the 3rd palette, and on here it says, welcome Bard. Bards love to sing and tell stories. They're performers, poets, singers, and dancers, weaving magic into the tales and enrapturing their audience. Bards are generally wanderers. They travel from town to town, learning new stories and sharing their own. Now, this is going to be a 9-pan pigmented shadow that includes 4 mattes, 3 duochromes, 1 multichrome, and 1 shimmer. The Bard has joined your party. Now, the only reason why I know what a Bard is because of The Witcher. Yep, I said it. The Witcher. So I saw this, so I thought this was so cool. So I'm so excited to show you guys the color story on this. So I'm gonna go ahead and open this up. I do want to give you guys a heads up that one of the shades actually came in completely broken. I did have to press it back together, so you guys can see right here that this blue shade, I'm gonna be careful with how I show it, actually came in completely broken. This is what happens when the palette is super pigmented and the shimmers and duochromes are so creamy and buttery. They can break apart. So it's something that I definitely wanted to give you guys a heads up with, but I was able to push it back together. It's very easy to fix, and it's still such a beautiful shade. So here you guys can see those 9 pans right here. You're gonna have those 4 mattes, those 3 duochromes, and you're also gonna have that 1 multichrome with the 1 shimmer with this palette. So I'm gonna go ahead and swatch this for you guys. I'm so excited to dive into this. Like I said, I really do, and I really do love the formula of this brand. It really has taken me by surprise. It's because I never really knew what to expect when trying out this brand, but it really took me by storm. And the first palette is still like my absolute favorite from them. So let me go and swatch this for you guys, and we'll dive right into a look. Alrighty, so here are the swatches. We have Performance, Charismatic, Enrapture, Lore, Legend, Mythic, Inspiration, Wanderer, and Stories right there. Very, very beautiful color scheme. The mattes are so soft, which is really surprising. I was not expecting the mattes to be as soft as they were. And the way that these multi-chromes and dual chromes just shift and the way they feel in the finger, it's so creamy and buttery. They did flake just a bit when swatching it, but I don't really take that into account when applying to my eyes, because swatching and putting on your eyes are two different things. But I really did enjoy like just touching the formula, because it just feels so good. So I'm gonna zoom you guys in because I'm so eager to play with this palette. I'm so excited. I really do enjoy this brand. It's really good. Okay, so starting off, we're gonna go into the shade Enrapture, like this orange shade. I'm gonna try to do like a sunsetty look because I haven't done one of those in a hot minute, and I don't know, I feel like we're kind of fun. So we're gonna go ahead and go into that shade. So I'm sure you guys are well aware we have like, I guess, a hurricane coming towards us. Everything's still kind of unknown exactly like where it's gonna go. Like, we have an idea. Like, me and Corey definitely went out and got some supplies just, you know, just to be cautious and whatnot. But I really can't guarantee you guys I'm gonna have a lot of content this week. I'm gonna try, but there's no guarantee. Also, I should be starting my vlogoween this Saturday, so I was also going to take a couple days off prior just to make sure that like I can have a couple days off. Plus, I'm still on a job hunt right now. Like, I'm still actively looking for a job, so like that's also taking up my time. So we're going to try to get as much content out as possible. There is just no guarantee, guys, but I will do my absolute best. But you know, we're here now, so I'll try to stream on Wednesday. I don't know if I'll be able to. It just really depends on kind of like how stormy it is outside, if we have power and whatnot. I am definitely not worried about it. I know some people out there are. I'm not. I lived in Florida my whole life. I don't know. It sounds bad, but like I'm generally just like not really worried right now, you know. But we definitely have our supplies. Me and Corey always have a hurricane prepared kit just because we're just Floridians and you always just want to be cautious. But yeah, we'll see what type of content I could get out for you guys this week. Like I said, I'm going to try my best. I'll try to stream on Wednesday, no guarantee. But I still want to make sure I take some time for myself because I do intend on doing vlogoween to the best of my ability. But there's like no guarantee I'm going to be able to do that too, just because I'm actively looking for a job. So like I don't know if a job will come about and take my time away from YouTube. I'm not entirely sure. I want to make sure I can still do both, but you know, times are definitely really tough right now for me and Corey. Just everything is just so expensive. And I know it's not just me. Like, I have seen so many guys in my comment section saying that times are tough right now. And I just want to let you guys know, like, you're not alone. I'm literally right there with you. So I completely understand. I'm going to go into that shade Performance right here. We're going to tap that on top of that orange to kind of like blend that out. But yeah, you guys are not alone. I'm literally right there with you guys going, I understand. I don't exactly know what type of look I'm going for. I'm just trying to just play with these colors because these are the colors that are kind of resonating with me the most, or these ones right here. They do have like the blue and the green and stuff like that, but there's something about these, the maroon and the oranges and yellows, that I kind of just want to play with. Maybe because it's still kind of like fall-esque, and I'm just like, yes, I'm getting so excited for it. Okay, then we're going to deepen up the outer V by adding the shade Stories, like this deep maroon to the outer V. Like I said, I'm trying to do like a sunsetty vibe. I don't exactly know if this is going to work out, but we're just gonna go for it. Also, I want to let you guys know, I started watching this new show on Netflix, the Jeffrey Dahmer show. Oh my gosh, y'all, that show is so captivating. It is so captivating. I mean, I've always heard the story of Jeffrey Dahmer. Like, I've definitely seen like what Bailey Sarian talk about it. I've seen Kendall Ray talk about it. I've seen it on like True Hollywood Stories and Snapped, and you always hear about Jeffrey Dahmer, but it's kind of like interesting to see it like in this style way. If you guys have not seen it, you guys should go check it out. Definitely trigger warning for people for sure. But I actually do find it really fascinating to watch. Same thing with like this week's episode of House of Dragon. If you guys have not seen it, I don't know how I feel about it yet. Like, I don't know. That's just my cat, Callie. If you hear scratching back, that's my cat, Callie. She still is dealing with her UTI. She's on medication. She's on antibiotics, but she still is unfortunately dealing with it. We're just trying to keep it under control for her, so it's not too bad. But yeah, we watched this past week of Game of House of Dragons, and I don't know. I don't really like the jump. Like, I'm not a fan of it so far. I'm not sure how I feel about this look. Okay, so now we're gonna go to the shade Mythic. this beautiful like golden shade. We're gonna put that right next to that maroon. Okay, now that that's laid down, we're gonna go into the shade Charismatic right here. It's this beautiful, beautiful, like beautiful shade. We're gonna put that right here, right next to that golden shade. Okay, so this is how it looks. Very beautiful. I think it's a really beautiful sunset. Trying to be sunset. I'm trying to get out of my comfort zone and try to do techniques I typically don't do. Yellow's kind of light, so you don't really fully see it, and I definitely feel like that maroon really blended in with the orange shade, but I definitely am trying to make it like as sunset-y as possible. I think it still looks like a sunset. I still really enjoy how this is looking. So I'm just gonna work on blending this out just a tad bit more right here, and then I'm gonna do the other eye off camera. We'll come back to do the under eye together. I will say though, the only issue I am noticing is that this blue shade Legend, it has gotten everywhere. Like you guys can clearly see, it has gotten everywhere. So like when I put this shade Charismatic on my eye, I actually can see some blue in it. So that's definitely something that's a little unfortunate, but it's not the brand's fault at all. This is just what happens in shipping. So let me quickly do the other eye, guys, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now that the eyes are on, we're gonna go ahead and finish off the rest of the eye look. So we're gonna go back into that Story shade. We're gonna go put Story on the waterline. We're gonna blend it out with the Enrapture followed by Performance. We're gonna blend those all out to make them like sunset-y. I didn't use the blues or the pink or the green today, but I really wanted to use like, I guess just like this line today is what I wanted to use for this palette. I would say out of the three palettes, this is probably my second favorite. I still think I prefer the Druid palette just a little bit more. I just love the color scheme on that, and the multi-chromes on that are just chef's kiss on that one. But I still really do enjoy this. I think this is a perfect like palette for more colorful looks like this. I think it blends really well with the other palettes, and it's kind of more a little bit of a fall theme. It has definitely some fall colors in here, which I love, and you guys know I love that. So we're gonna lay this right here, and then I'm gonna go into Enrapture to blend this out. Ooh, that's actually really pretty. I think like for liner today, I think I'm actually gonna wear white liner because I feel like it's really gonna bring out this look. All right, so I'm gonna quickly throw on some mascara and the rest of my face, guys, and I'll be right back. All right, guys, and this is the final look. So what are my thoughts on the Fantasy Cosmetica Barred palette? Guys, I really do love this palette. I really do love Fantasy Cosmetics formula. There's just something about it that is so pigmented and so creamy that it just works so beautifully and can create such beautifully effortless eye looks, and this is just such a beautiful collection to the line that's already around. You do get a mix of mattes, duochromes, multichromes, and shimmers. I absolutely love this palette. Now I did have some issue, but not a lot. Like obviously this shade came in broken, so that's the only downfall, is that it's gotten everywhere, but it still works really beautifully. The mattes are so pigmented that they lay out very beautifully. They blend really well, and these duochromes, are just so beautiful. They're so sparkly. They last all day. I didn't need any sort of glitter glue with them. I think the only other issue I had was the shade Performance right here. It's the yellow shade. You guys can kind of see it isn't as bright and vibrant as I want it to be. It's there, but not as bright as I want it to be, but it's also not their fault. Yellow is such a hard shadow to create because I know that it has a hard time latching onto the lid and staying on very long without using some sort of yellow pigment underneath it. So I also know that that's not the brand's fault, but other than that, I literally have no complaints. The shadows worked really beautifully. I love the eye look that created. It's definitely a beautiful sunset vibe look. So fun. I think it's also perfect in time for the fall season because you do have those fall shades right here. You also have this green shade right here that's definitely a fall shade, and I don't really think these two are fall-ish, but the rest of the palette definitely is. This is such a beautiful palette. I think it complements the brand so well, and you guys know how much I love supporting indie brands so much, and I love this palette. It truly does take me by surprise every time I play with this brand how great the pigments are. Like, they remind me so much of Glamlight. I feel like that's why I love this palette so much, and all the other palettes, because the formula reminds me so much of Glamlight with how beautiful the shadows are, how formulated they are, how buttery and glittery, how buttery and creamy they are. It just reminds me a lot of Glamlight, and I absolutely love it. Plus, I love supporting indie brands more than anything because indie brands are just truly where it's at, and they definitely know how to make some amazing palettes. So once again, congratulations to Fantasy Cosmetica for creating another amazing palette. I'll have all the details about this listed down below where you guys can go get your hands on it because it does launch on the 29th, and I think it's great. I think it's great. I just think it really goes beautifully with her other palettes. So Jordan, thank you so much for gifting this to me. I love the eye look that I created. I think it's definitely a perfect fall look. And this was just so much fun to play with. So yeah, that is it for today's video, guys. I really do hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure you guys give this video a cheeky thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you guys have not already, because I do post 4 to 5 videos a week. Who knows what I'll do this week? Make sure you guys head over to my other channel, to Art for Life, where you guys get to see my cool, wonderful adventures, my amazing husband, Corey. And as always, the biggest thank you goes to all these beautiful, wonderful Patreon members, you guys who are here. Thank you guys so much for everything. And to my subscribers and viewers, thank you guys so much for being here. Whether you guys like this video, you guys thumbs down this video, you guys subscribed, you guys did not subscribe. Either way, thank you guys so much for being here. I love and appreciate each and every single one of you. So with that said, guys, I love you, and I'll see you guys for our next video. Bye! Bard palette. This is the Bard palette. Fantasy Cosmetica. If you guys want to see what this palette's all about, what this palette's all about, and bring manifestations. It's supposed to guide your intentions. It's weaving magic into their tales and enrapturing their audience, sharing their story. Here we have the Druid palette right here. This does retail for $38.99. You do get a mix of mattes, multi-chromes. You do get a